Lesson 6 is the 4-quadrant coordinate plane, and we're going to be learning a couple of things about the quadrant plane today. The first thing it says to do is label the components of the coordinate plane. Okay, the coordinate plane is actually taking a horizontal number line, 0, 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3, and a vertical number line, +1, +2, -1, -2, and joining them together. And then you are going to get the 4-quadrant plane. The quadrants are as follows. This is the x-axis. This is the y. Okay. This is the origin. Okay, origin, the word origin is the beginning, and where the horizontal and the vertical number lines combine is called the origin. This is quadrant 1. They are usually represented with Roman numerals. This is quadrant 2. This is quadrant 3. And this is quadrant 4. Okay. And what we're going to, I'm going to have you label the quadrant plane. We're going to start coordinate plane. We're going to start with the horizontal x-axis. You count the spaces, and after the space you number the line. So 1 space 1, 2 space 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, now we're going to count down from 0. 1 space down, -1, -2, -3, -4. Notice how I'm putting the number right on the line, -5 spaces, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10, -11, -12. Now we're going to number the vertical number line, or the y-axis, and I always remember it's the y-axis because the y has a tail going up and down. You're up 1 from 0, up 2 from 0, up 3 spaces, up 4 spaces, 5 spaces, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Down 1, down 2, down 3, down 4, down 5, down 6, down 7, down 8, down 9 spaces, down 10, down 11, down 12, down 13. You have just numbered the 4 quadrants of the coordinate plane. Let's look at quadrant 1 of the coordinate plane. Both the x and the y-axis are positive. This is the x value, because x comes before y in the alphabet. This is the y. Okay, the next one, the x-axis is negative and the y-axis is positive for quadrant 2. Quadrant 3, the x-axis is negative and the y is also negative. And quadrant 4, you have a positive x and a negative y. And these are all the components of the coordinate plane. Okay, so now let's go through. Okay, I would like you to work with your partner to read and answer all of these questions, and we'll go over them at the end of the period. And now I'd like to move on to locating and labeling points on the coordinate plane. Okay, it asks us to locate and label each point described by the ordered pairs. So let me make my view 1 page here. Okay. I'm going to start by labeling the important parts. This is 0, this is x, this is y. Okay, positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a minute with me and label your axes. -1, it's good practice to start numbering the lines, which is actually counting the spaces. Okay, Now we have 5 different coordinate pairs. Okay, I remember that X comes before Y in the alphabet. So I have to go start, you always start at the origin. Then you go over to the X value and up the Y. It's kind of like running and jumping. You have to get a good run before you jump high, or running and diving into a pool. So the first one, starting at the origin, I have to go over to +7 on the X-axis and up +2 on the Y. This is point A. Okay, point B, X, and then up the Y, or down the Y in this case, because if I start at the origin, I have to go over to 3 on the X-axis. Then I have to go down 4 spaces on the Y. These are like directions. These are coordinates. I love C because it includes 0. Okay, so C, you start at 0, and you go over 0 on the X, and then you have to go down 5 on the Y. And this is point C. D, you have to go over to -3 on the X and up to +8. Okay, E, you go over to -2 on the X and down -1 on the Y. Oh, I'm sorry, that's point E. And then the last one, you go over to 6 on the X-axis after starting at the origin, and you go up 0 on the Y. So that is how you label and locate points on the coordinate plane. Now we're going to locate and label points of ordered pairs that are not integers, positive or negative counting numbers. Now we're going to work on plotting ordered pairs that have rational numbers in it. So the first one is -2, -3.5. So starting at the origin, I go over -2, and I have to go down 1, 2, 3.5. So I'm going to approximate that is 3.5 because it's located halfway between -3 and -4. So that's point A. The next one, I'm doing 5 1/5 positive and +8. So I'm start at the origin. You're going to go over to +5, and you can kind of break it into 4 lines. That would give you fifths in between 5 and 6. So you go over to 5 1/5 and up to +8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to call that point B. Okay. Point C, you start at the origin and you go over 0 on the X-axis, but down 3.75. And I know that is 75 1/100ths. And I can scale it down by dividing them both by 25. And that's going to give me -3 3/4. So I'm going to go over go down 1, 2, 3. I'm going to make 3 lines, 3 light lines. That gives me fourths. So if I go over 0 and down to -3 3/4, the point would be right here, and that's point C. And the last one, -1 2/3, I have to go over. So I'm going to make 2 light lines. I'm going to go over to -1 2/3, and I'm going to go up to +6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is point D. I'm actually going to erase a little bit of the mark I hear because I think I left too big of a line right there. Okay, so that's how we order rational numbers on the coordinate plane. With your partner as an exercise, I would love you to try these. Okay, take a minute and see if you can label all of these points, and we'll go over them at the end of class. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson today.